so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are fucking live, dude. We're fucking live, dude. Welcome to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast.
Yeah.
Episode number 147.
Episode number, a number.
Episode a number. My name's Casey, also known as Razanon. I am joined, as always, by, well, not as always, which we'll of course get into.
Well, easy.
My good friend Tanner. Tanner, how you doing this day, this fine evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Chilling.
Yeah.
Interesting. You said you're good because one of your family members died today, but you're still having a good day. That's super interesting.
A few hours ago, actually, yeah.
Why don't you tell us give us the rundown?
TLDR, I lost my loot in Tarkov because my grandma died. So thanks, Grandma. So let's see. Sierra was getting ready to leave because she was taking back our foster kitten, right? So I was like, okay. So I got up. I was in a scav run in Tarkov. I just killed a player, stole all his loot. There's like 25 minutes left for me to escape, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm good.
How good was the loot?
Good. I had some good quest items that I needed in there. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I like laid prone in a dark corner on interchange. I was like, cool, that's fine. Nobody will find me here unless they're cheating. I had 25 minutes. So I go out there, say bye to the foster kitten.
Of course.
You know, put it out in the car for Sierra and whatnot. And then as I'm doing that, my mom had told me, she was like, oh, grandma's not doing well. Move your car out of the driveway into the back at some point before you leave this weekend. I'll be gone this weekend. We'll get into it. She was like, move your car so that like if she dies, somebody can drive back there. Cause like she's in like the other part of the house, like back there. So there's like, it's like a different door and everything.
Yeah.
So, so I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, I see my dad come in through the gate and I was like, oh, that reminds me, I should go move my car. I don't know why. He doesn't usually come. It's my mom that takes care of her, right? So I go out there, move my car in, then I come back through the front door and Sierra's like, did you see your dad? And I was like, I mean, I saw him walk back there. And she's like, well, did you talk to him? And I was like, no. She's like, he thinks your grandma's dead. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. What?
He just didn't tell you this?
Well, I didn't see him.
I
didn't see him because he walked. Okay, so then here's what happened. So I was like, what? She's like, I don't know, go in there. So I walk in there. I was like, what? She dead? And he's like, looks like it. He's like, she's not breathing. I was like, oh, dude. Man. And then I like looked, I was like, yeah, she's not. You're right. But she's been like awful the past few weeks, like not talking, not opening her eyes.
And how old is she?
She was born in a year. Like she's born in like the 20s or 30s. She's like 95.
Yeah, so that's about.
So she's been laying in the bed. My mom's been, I mean, Sierra and I used to take care of her for years, like feeding her and stuff. She used to be able to obviously get up on her own and use the bathroom. She hasn't been able to do that for a year and a half. So my mom's been taking care of her every single day, 2 to 3 times a day coming down here. And then like, obviously there's like nurses and stuff that come to like help with certain things. So so go in there. I was like, oh shit, you're right. The whole time I'm thinking, dude, I got to get out of that raid, man. I had some good loot on me, right? So I'm like, I don't want to just walk in. It's like, it's my dad's mom. Obviously, he's like sad, but he's like, I wish this happened 4 years ago, poor lady. Because like, it would have just been easier. I wouldn't have had to take care of her. She wouldn't want to be like this. Nobody does. So then my mom called. The nurse came out in like 20 minutes, checked. She's like, yeah, she's dead. So then they call whoever they call to come pick her up. So yeah, that's what's happening.
So does like a hearse come by, or is it like
an
ambulance?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You were just too busy.
They're not here. They're supposed to be here in like 20 minutes. So she's dead back there somewhere.
Oh, so you just have so someone clip this, please. Tanner has a dead body in his outhouse right now.
Well, yeah.
He's had a dead body for hours in his outhouse.
That's a future studio right there through those walls. Now.
That is a future studio.
That's the new studio. Yeah, I think it's grandma.
Now, is your grandma going to heaven, or will she haunt our new studio?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know. My mom's gone through her stuff. There's been a lot of pictures of hers with guys back when she was in the Navy. So I don't know, dude. I don't know where she's going. I'm just kidding.
Interesting.
She liked her guys, it seemed. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, it's been a long time coming. So it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's sad, but whatever, you know the vibes.
If you're fucking 95, then
exactly.
Yeah, die sooner. I mean, it's that simple. That's as good as a run as you're gonna get. So.
And of course, by the way, I did not make it out with my loot.
Oh shit!
I come back.
Did you run out of time, or did you? Die?
I ran out of time, so I came back in. Locap and Jake were still in the voice chat, and Locap's like, "There he is. Where the fuck did you go?" And of course, I was like, "Well, Locap, my grandma died. You prick." And he's like, "What? Actually?" I was like, "Yeah, I bet you feel like a dick, don't you?"
That's exactly what he said.
And then he was like, "F." He was like, "F" or something. I don't know. He said something dumb. But yeah. So.
Oh man. Well, I think we all agree. F's in the chat for your loot, and also sucks about your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry to hear that. But time goes on. Life is for the living, as they say. And 95, it happens. And she's not suffering anymore. She probably wanted to fucking end it all, actually.
That's what my dad's been saying. He's like, she never wanted to be like this. Nobody does. He's like, she would hate who she is now if she saw herself, you know?
Yeah, of course. My grandma was saying the same shit before she died. She's like, I just wish I was dead.
Yeah. She finally started saying that.
Yeah, I was 14 when she was telling me this, so hey, grandma, chill with the fucking children. But yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, like my mom's side, her mom and dad, those were kind of like both very sad, and like one was completely unexpected. So it's like those were different. This, though, it's kind of just, it sucks, but my mom has been taking care of her for a year and a half. Sierra and I have been helping take care of her for 5 years now. She hasn't been doing well that whole time, so,
So who pays the bills on your home now?
I'm going to have to.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Getting a job, I guess.
No.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
Dude.
That's what I told my mom. I was like, well, I better go turn the air conditioning down now. I better go turn the air up 78, right?
Actually.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need it. It's going to be 100 degrees in here soon, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, well, that's rough.
Yeah.
Who are you going to be paying? Oh, so you don't have to pay rent, though. You just have to pay utilities.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
That's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Just less AC, actually.
Well, not when you're married. That's not going to happen. I can handle it, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well.
Sure.
Interesting for sure. Yeah. So hopefully the new studio will be done pretty soon. We're trying to get that old bat out of there, and
it's already. I think my dad's already starting to tear down the wall back there for it. So.
Yeah, just put a fucking tarp over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Rip. Oh boy. Yeah. Well.
Glocky said, "Watch her clutch the gulag." Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She might. True. Yeah. She might. Know. You never know. Well, anyway, yeah, she's in Valhalla now. So, by the way, the reason we're cavalier about, again, she was fucking 95 and suffering for like the last decade. So, hold the moral indignation, please. We're joking. Relax.
Yep.
Anyways, let's move on to some perhaps even more sad, depressing topics today. You might have thought, boy, can't get more down than this. It sure can, because we're talking about Call of Duty today, baby.
Oh boy.
So let's come up for air, as Dr. K would say, for a little bit with some announcements. One of which is I'm very excited about. And then we can, get even more depressed talking about Call of Duty again. So first, thank you to our new fucking annual Damascus patron, Silky fucking Briefcase.
Let's go.
Change it. Huge. Silky Briefcase. Thank you, buddy. Very much appreciate it. An annual king. An annual Damascus king. We love that. We appreciate that. Very much appreciated, brother. Welcome aboard. Make sure you join the fucking Discord and link your accounts, baby. Because we got a lot of channels and shit there. And hopefully we'll see you on Friday. We do our Patreon, Patreon hangouts on Fridays, evenings, 7 p.m. Pacific. Unless it is the last Friday of the month, we do it at 12 p.m. Pacific. So welcome aboard, buddy. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, Junk Pup hit me with the fucking 5 offline tier 1s. Absolutely huge. Junk Pup, thank you very much, King. I'm pretty sure you're a new frog. I'm seeing you here live in Tanner's chat or in the dropshot.com/live bookmarkets chat. Welcome, buddy. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for the offline gifted subs. And Pork Belly last week, actually, during his first hangout in which he appeared, got a little crazy and fucked around and gave Tanner and I both 25 fucking offline gifted subs each, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That is a lot of scratch. It's a lot of love, a lot of support. Pork Belly, thank you very much, dude. That is fucking a lot. And we really appreciate it, man. So thank you boys both very much. Pork, thank you very much, man. Very generous.
Yeah, Pork. Really appreciate it, dude. Very much. That was extremely generous of you, King. We appreciate that. It goes a long way.
True. And then Tanner?
What?
Got another little item here.
Oh, I do, yeah. Oh, thanks M Saudi for the offline sub. M Saudi, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. King? That may be a new frog too. I don't know if I've seen that name. Either way,
I think that is a new
appreciate
frog.
That very much, bud.
Now, M Saudi, let me be super fucking clear. If you don't also, you should have subbed to me first, right? That Tanner's gonna edit this out. Should have subbed to me first. Make it happen. Kidding. Welcome and thanks. All right. Also, Patreon episode will be up tomorrow morning. It is recorded. It is scheduled. It'll be at 3 a.m. Pacific time, so that should be live Thursday. It'll be live before this, actually. So if you're here live, expect the Patreon ep to hit your stupid fucking ears before work tomorrow. And if you're not, then this is a reminder to the patrons that that first one is up. It is a pretty good episode, actually.
Yeah.
This is probably the most... It's certainly the... It's the most off script we've ever gone for a Patreon episode. And I mean that literally. Like, we write notes, and that episode, half of it was like not at all about the notes. And then I think it turned out to be actually a super fun episode to record. It was very interesting. It was different. Just because, again, we were so off script, it was a lot different. But that'll be in your ears, so make sure you check that out. But we had a good time recording that one. Now on Saturday, Tanner will be going to. Now, Tanner, you typed Yosemite in the document, which is super interesting. Yeah. I corrected this for you. Tanner will be in Zion National Park, helping with the flooding relief effort.
Sure.
He's going to be taking his water pumps. What do people? That's a thing they do, right? Water pumps.
I don't know.
Fucking vacuum the water out. Well, you should figure it out before you go get your
I
feet
should
wet.
probably figure it out.
You should get some rain boots or something. I don't know what they do. A paddle board, maybe. Fucking just paddle around. Get mauled by a cougar. He'll be in Zion this weekend. I don't know exactly what days. He can tell us. Yeah. When are you going to be gone? How long are you going for? What are you missing?
So I leave Friday morning and I'll be back Sunday. So just Friday to Sunday. But also tomorrow, Thursday, I'll pretty much be gone as well. Going up to Big Bear for a photo shoot that Sierra's doing for her friend. So I'll be up there for that. So I'm basically gone from tomorrow to Sunday. So I'll be missing the Patreon hangout on Friday, RIP. And I'll also be missing the Saturday podcast, which is crazy. I mean, I could call in. I can try to call in. I won't.
No, you won't.
I'm not going to, yeah.
I don't trust Big Bear for a call-in anyway.
No, that'll be... I'm in Yosemite at that point.
Oh,
which is actually even worse, probably.
That might be true.
Yeah.
I don't even know where Yosemite is.
Sure.
Where is Yosemite actually? Is it in California?
South of Tahoe. Yeah, it's about a 4.5 hour drive, 4 hour drive.
Oh, it's south of Tahoe. Interesting. Okay.
It's up there.
I've been to Lake Tahoe as a boy.
It's like,
I don't know why the fuck
it's
we
pretty
went to
far
Lake
south,
Tahoe, by the way.
Lake Tahoe's a nice area, dude.
Yeah, but there are other nice areas. It has nothing interesting. I mean, I live...
A giant-ass lake that looks like an ocean.
Yeah, okay.
Stay mad, people in Michigan.
Well, yeah, fuck Michigan. What was I going to say? Okay, yeah, so Tanner will be gone for those. So last Friday, our Patreon hangout was a little short. I wouldn't say it was too short. I was there for like 2 or 3 hours, but I had to retire early because of the Radon episode. I wanted to be fresh and fucking plugged in for that. But this Friday, I'll probably be around a bit longer, hanging out like the normal ones. I won't be up till fucking 5 a.m. though. I've been trying to fix my sleeping schedule because I've been getting real degen. I've been on degen time. So I'm starting at 10 a.m. That's where I've started. So Monday through Friday, my alarm is set for 10 a.m. And once I'm used to that, I might fuck around and acclimate to 9 a.m. because I need to get off degen hours.
Yeah.
So today, I'm pretty fucking tired. So I'll deliver. Don't get me wrong. I'll do it. I'll show up. I'll show out even. But I am a little tired. So if I misspeak or something, that will perhaps explain it. I feel like my voice sounds a little fatigued as well. It's because I barely slept. So stay mad. But anyways, so yeah, Friday it will be more normal. We're not doing customs. We're just hanging out. We might do customs the week after Friday, though. We'll consider it. So you might be asking, well, is there an episode on Saturday? Yes, there is, in fact, an episode on Saturday. I had asked Jake originally, just kind of out of like, Tanner and I were talking about like what we're gonna do, and I was like, oh, I'll ask Jake, I guess. We didn't really think about it too much. We didn't have like a topic in mind or whatever. And then Jake told me to go fuck myself and then blocked me on Discord.
He's such a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, he's the worst. So then after that, Tanner and I went back to the drawing board, and I remembered, I was like, oh, L's been like trying to get on the keys again. Like, we should have L on. That would actually be super interesting. So that's what we're going to do. I would have asked L first, actually, if I had thought of it sooner, because I am actually very excited for this episode. So
yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. So we're going to have L2 Millie K Greatness Hydration Miller 2.0 on, or whatever the fuck his name is these days. L, as I refer to him, friend of the pod, of course. He's been on the roundtables. We're going to have him solo, just he and I. And I have a number of things I think that I want to talk about. One thing I want to do is get a controller player's perspective on Warzone, on what we talk about, what he thinks we get right and wrong. That'll be interesting. It is not going to be an aim assist debate. We've done it. I don't care. He can say what he wants, I guess, but that's not like that's not the subject of the episode. And then also I want to ask him how K-Bam's been, how that's been going for him, because he is trying to switch to keyboard and mouse. Now I put that in scare quotes because we've heard this from L before, and he didn't actually switch months ago, did he? No. So is he actually switching? Probably not. Probably lying. But maybe he's not. So we're going to have him on, pick his brain. It'll be and he's very good at the game too. So it'll be a very good player's perspective on the sticks and also a new frog's perspective on the keys. And that's going to be a very good episode. And I'm actually very excited for Saturday for that reason.
Yeah, L has been practicing K-Bam too. I think it was last night, maybe before I was going to bed. I saw he was streaming. It said K-Bam practice. So I just clicked on it for a second before I got off my computer. And he was actually playing on K-Bam. He was on shipment trying to use it. So that's cool. But also, yeah, besides that, L does have more kills than anyone on my friends list. He has, what do you have, L? Close to 25,000 kills in Warzone? It's a lot either way, so it'll be a good perspective to have whatever they end up talking about. So, cool.
And a high KD, too. He's really good. So that'll be really fun. So if you want to be here Saturday, that's going to be a good one to be here live for. Because unlike many other guests Tanner and I have on this podcast, or at least unlike some other guests, we know L like really well. Like we play with him all the time. I've been in voice and talked to him for literally like probably dozens, if not hundreds of hours by now. So we're like actually like friends. So it's not going to be all weird and awkward. I mean, he's going to be terrified because he's going to be on, of course, the big screen. He has a live stream, I guess, but it's a joke. Relax. But he's going to be nervous. That's fine. I'll coax him into it. And he'll
super scared.
He's going to be terrified. Yeah, he might shit his pants, really. Yeah. So we'll send him some. Fuck. See, not enough sleep. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Anyway, he'll be on Saturday. It's going to be fun, and I'm very excited for it. Also, real quick, Founders page has been updated on the website. A couple people filled out the form who are eligible to be listed as a founder. I've added them on. The Founders page, I believe, is up to date now. So I'm going to leave the form open for another week or two. And that'll be in the show notes or in the description if you're on YouTube. If you are a founder and you're not listed on the website, fill it out. Takes you 20 seconds. And if it all adds up, then I will add you to the Founders page on the website. And then I'm going to close the form. So it's not like any new founders can be created. This is a limited time thing. So I'm just trying to collect the names of the people who got in on it. So that'll be in the description. Now, almost done here. This is an announcement I'm very excited about. Very excited about. Now, we have a tournament coming up, a community tournament, the Dropshot Invitational number 3 coming up. And we have most of the details already fleshed out. Am I going to share them with you now? Absolutely not. Why is that? Patreon.com/thedropshot. So tomorrow on our Patreon episode, we're going to have more details than right now on the upcoming Dropshot Invitational number 3 tournament. That'll be, there are some details on Thursday. We will have more details for you on Saturday, I believe. Yes, definitely. We'll have more details on Saturday. The only thing I will say right now is if you want more details now and you're impatient, patreon.com/dropshot. Otherwise, here's what you get. Saturday, August 21st, not at 7 p.m., at 1 p.m.
Cringe,
Pacific time. That's the right date, right?
Oh, boy.
Fuck me. Hold on one moment, please. We'll edit this out, of course.
Well, no.
Yes, that's correct. Saturday, August 21st, 1 p.m. is going to be the next Dropshot Invitational Tournament. Those are your details for now. We have more details that are formulated. We're going to hold off on those until Saturday. And for you patrons, you'll hear about that tomorrow morning. So, we're very excited for this tournament, and we have a lot of new ideas for this tournament. A lot of new ideas. Some of the details are not even in the Patreon episode tomorrow, but the format is going to be very interesting and cool. The production value, the stream itself is going to be very cool. We're very excited about it. And that will be, once again, Saturday, August 21st, 1 p.m. Pacific time. And we will have more details shortly. By Saturday, definitely, we will have something else to add. How excited are you for this tournament, Tanner? What are your thoughts on this tournament?
This will be the best one yet, of course.
That's of course true.
This will be the best one. Yeah, of course. Now, we can't tell you one thing. One requirement is that you have to be a patron like all the other tournaments. And you know what? God rest Grammy's soul. You know what the last thing she said to me, Raz?
Oh, what did she say? I think I have an idea, but what did she say, Tanner?
She said, please hit 400 patrons, you little bitch broke boy. And I was like, fuck. Okay, I'll try, Grammy. That's what we're going for.
You disgust me. And
she said, you disgust, yeah.
Spit on you, and then you died. Yeah. And she died, yeah.
Rip. Yeah.
Yeah, F's in the chat.
Yeah, so that's what we're going for is 400 patrons ASAP.
So what you said was your grandma's last words were, let's get 400 patrons before the end of July, or I'll haunt your new broadcasting studio forever. That's what you said, right? That's what you said,
that's
right?
not much time, so you guys better work fast if you don't want me to be haunted.
That's correct.
I mean, you got,
so if you want
got
us
3
to
weeks.
be haunted, if you want us to be haunted, then unsubscribe from the podcast, I guess. If not, patreon.com/dropshot. We also, by the way, we do 5 bonus eps a month. We do weekly hangouts. We do community events like the tournament. We do a lot of shit. It's worth it if you like the podcast. So check it out. And don't let us be haunted, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, cool.
True.
Other than that, we do have some P.O. Box openings, but we're not going to do them today. We'll do them either Saturday or next week. We'll do them. But we have a number of P.O. Box items to open, and we'll do them soon. And thank you in advance, but we'll do them again. And then lastly, keep those iTunes reviews rolling in. We're a little behind on them. We will get back to them, and the analytics for iTunes reviews really help. So if you're a relatively new frog, rate the podcast 5 stars on iTunes, and I'll read your review live, and I'll put it on the fucking feed. And it's that simple. If you don't want to write a review, I don't care. Just rate it 5 stars, though. It helps a lot. On iTunes. Anywhere you can rate it 5 stars, I guess, do it. But it's most important on iTunes for sure. So please get that done.
Yeah.
Other than that, Tanner, that's it for me. Anything else you would like to discuss before we get into it?
Before we play the jingle here, let me get to my acknowledgments because you guys are dumb. Get scammed with another 1,000 bits going towards the bills. Fantastic. Thank you, Get Scammed. Thomas, the gifted sub. Sierra Jet with the gifted sub. XTP with the primary. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. XTP, thank you. Jaren, 5 gifted subs. Jesus Christ. Pastor Nick, tier 1, 12 months. A 1-year subscriber. Let's go, Nick. And of course, Boomer Town Gaming. He knows that I have bills to pay now because I'm an adult finally, right? Well, with a very generous 6,200 biddies.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit, boys. Nick, Chris, Jaren, XTP, Sierra, Thomas, Get Scammed, all of you. Thank you very, very much for the very generous support. Chris, thanks for all those biddies, dude. Appreciate that. You guys are nuts. And we love you guys. So let's get this moving on. Are you good?
I'm good, buddy. Let's go.
Here we go, boys. Thank you. Oh, man.
Phew, lad.
Good old Grammy.
F's in the chat, dude.
Yeah, F's in the... Yeah.
What is this about burn rate now in Tarkov, by the way?
Your guns can jam. I think that's what it's talking about. So different bullets give you a higher chance of the gun jamming. So basically, like, the best bullets that have the most penetration and damage also have a way higher chance of jamming your gun. Mid-fire, it's happened to me 3 times mid-fire fight, and you have to unjam it. Or reload or switch a gun.
Interesting. That's kind of a cool mechanic. It's realistic.
It's fun so far. I'll hate it in a month, though, for sure.
How often do guns jam in real life? I guess you've never fired a fully automatic gun.
Oh, guns jam all the time. It depends what it is. My dad has this little 22 that I swear every 3rd bullet you fire is like it jams. A lot of guns do that. It's pretty common.
Doesn't it just ruin the gun? Like, I don't know.
No, because it's more like means. It doesn't fire. It's like the bullet kind of gets dislodged and it's like at an angle or something. So it's like you got to rack it, get the round out. It depends, though. Like, my rifles and shit don't jam often at all. I think it's a 22 thing, actually. 22s just jam a lot. But
interesting. Interesting. Well, anyway, yeah, welcome to the show. This is, of course, the Jam Shot, an Escape from Tarkov podcast. It's a joke. All right, first playlist updates, double XP schedule. We have in Warzone and Cold War, double Battle Pass XP. I would say this doesn't matter, but we play more than the average person. So if you like getting tier 100, take advantage of this. July 9th to July 12th, 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific time, of course, will be double Battle Pass XP weekend this weekend. So do that if you want, I guess, or buy the tiers, or don't buy the tiers, or play the game, actually.
Well,
we'll get into it. Keep listening, though. Also, new gunfight tournament is coming to Cold War. Elle and I might fuck around and dominate that tournament just like we did the last one to get the magnificent Cold War AK-47 blueprint. I must say that blueprint looks magnificent, and maybe we'll fuck around and do the next gunfight tournament. There's going to be a new one this week. Snipers only, 6s, don't care. Knife fight 3v3.
Oh man, that sounds awful.
Treyarch, and then again the double Battle Pass XP weekend. Also, Mauer der Toten. Translate
Toten,
it.
I think Mauer der Toten.
Yeah, translate whatever. I don't. Hey, this isn't a German fucking studio. Stop it. Gameplay trailer will be going live tomorrow.
Just Thursday. This was tweeted today, yeah. So by the time you guys listen to this, all those updates should be live already on Thursday. And you will see the Zombies gameplay trailer as well on Thursday, July 8th. So that's exciting if you play Zombies. We'll get into it much more here later. But yeah, that's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, that is exciting if you play Zombies, because they've been wanting a new map a lot. Yeah, interesting on the topic of Zombies, actually. You and I had been saying like Outbreak is probably way more popular in the zombie community, but it turns out it's not really.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
A lot of them think it's too easy.
Yeah. Yep.
And it takes too long, which does make sense. It would take a lot longer to get a high round in Outbreak than in regular, I guess.
True.
It's interesting. This is just what it means to be a casual. We like the easier, more convenient game mode better because we're casuals at Zombies. It kind of makes sense. But anyway, a new classic map experience for Zombies. Trailer's coming tomorrow. Cool. Now onto patch notes and changes already in effect. An extremely slow week in Call of Duty yet again.
Yeah.
On the Patreon episode that will again be going live tomorrow, we get into some interesting theories about what's going on here. The TLDR, of course, is that something is afoot at Activision fucking publishing company. Something's going on. Very seldom have there been 3-4 weeks in a row, 3 I think, where almost nothing about the game has changed. And there has not been very much news lately either. Something is afoot. They are working on something big, 100%. Now, whether that is a trailer for COD 2021 or Season 4 Reloaded, which I kind of doubt, or Warzone 2, or something else, we don't really know. But what Tanner and I are very confident in saying is that expect something real big related to Call of Duty to happen very shortly, because they've been awfully quiet and they've been awfully busy, because this game has not changed in fucking 3 weeks, almost at all. However, there were a couple things I wanted to talk about as far as changes that have happened. That patch that happened on the 30th that was rolled back and then re-released, we already talked about this, but they corrected their patch notes. They have explicitly now said the XM4 recoil pattern has been smoothed out. That is now in the patch note for the June 30th. Why is that important? Because we already knew that. Well, it's important because the fact that they put it in the patch note means that it was intentional, and it means that they won't be changing it back to the old recoil pattern. So if you thought maybe they accidentally smoothed out the recoil pattern on the XM4 since it changed but they didn't say anything, that is not the case. They did it on purpose. which I would say is probably a good thing because the XM4 is not trivially easy to use. It's just easier to use now, which I think is fine. They certainly didn't make this another Farah. So I think the recoil pattern as it is pretty good for a long range AR in a game like Warzone. I think it's an acceptable amount of recoil now, which is good. So, and the change was intentional. Don't expect it to go anywhere anytime soon. And that is that. Now, so nothing actually changed there. I'm just kind of reiterating. It was intentional. Also, well, this isn't exactly a change, but this is a very interesting analysis. XclusiveAce put out a video comparing the Amax to the C58 because as many people have rightfully compared these two guns, they're very similar. C58 is commonly referred to as the Cold War Amax, which has a lot of merit to it, and the guns are actually very similar. So I took a couple screen grabs from his video. The video will, of course, be linked in the show notes. I encourage you guys to check it out. First, we're going to be looking at the close range damage values here. We're not going to read you every little number here, but the Amax in its close range time shots to kill is 7. If you land 2, and all you need to do is land 2 of those upper torso for it to be a 7-shot kill. So if you only get 1 upper torso shot, then it's 8 shots to kill. But you need to land 2 out of 7, so 7 shots to kill. C58 is only 6 shots to kill, but you have to land 3 of them upper torso to get the down, and that is for the close damage range. Now, when we go to the long damage range, this is what's way more important, because you're not going to really be getting kills inside of... I actually don't know what the damage ranges are exactly. I think maybe it's written down here. It's not. But
I feel like it's usually 50 meters plus as long range, right? Is that what it's considered?
Yeah, I'm talking about when the first drop-off occurs. I think that's usually around... like 20 or something?
Yeah, it's usually like... For an AR, I'm trying to think. SMG, it's usually like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So all of that is to say, TTK up close for a long-range AR doesn't really matter. This, however, does. This is long-range time to kill. So C58 does a lot more damage, by the way. It does like 3 to 6 more damage depending on where you shoot the person. More interestingly, Amax is 8 shots to kill at its minimum damage range, so long range. C58 is 7 shots to kill. However, with the Amax, you only have to land 1 of those upper torso to get the 8 shots to kill. The C58, you have to land 2 out of the 7 upper torso to get 7 shots to kill. In my opinion, this doesn't matter much. I think you're always going to get an 8 shot to kill, no matter where you're shooting on an Amax. You're not gonna shoot someone 8 times in the legs. There's no chance. You're gonna get an upper torso shot. Yeah. So it's effectively always 8 or less. And then the C58, I think it's kind of the same story. If you're landing 7 bullets, most of the time, 2 of those are going to land upper torso. So effectively, in practice, I would say it is 8 shots to kill for the Amax long range and 7 for the C58. And we go to TTK, we also see rate of fire. So Amax has a 632 rounds per minute rate of fire. C58 is 555.
Big difference.
That is huge. That is a giant difference. However, because the C58 hits so much harder, the time to kill is actually faster. 541 is the closest range, 649 is the longest. Amax 570 to 665. So the values that matter, Amax 665 millisecond time to kill. C58 649 millisecond time to kill. Now, that is a difference of 16 milliseconds. That doesn't matter at all. These time to kills are the same. And it's that simple. You've never won a gunfight by 16 milliseconds. It never happens. And the tick rate of the server is like 12 hertz. So it's like, how many milliseconds is that? 1/12 of 60? 5? So it's like 2 or 3 ticks. I don't know. that difference is very small, though. It's very negligible. So the TTKs are very similar, but the rate of fire is not. That means the C58 hits way harder, and therefore they're similar. Recoil patterns, this is kind of interesting. They're exactly the same. C58 curves right, Amax curves left. Now,
so they're not exactly the same.
Well, yeah. Hey, he might have flipped the image on accident, and they're exactly the same, actually. However, this is misleading. Let me tell you why. Because the C58 has a lower fire rate, a slower fire rate, C58 has way easier to control recoil. Because it has the same magnitude of recoil, but the fire rate is way slower. So it's way easier to control. And it feels that way too. C58 feels a lot easier for me to control than an Amax, even though the magnitude of their recoil is virtually identical. What are your thoughts on that, Tanner? Does it feel easier than an Amax to control to you?
Well, I haven't used the Amax in so long now, but it feels... it does feel a little bit easier. Not much. I think they still feel pretty similar, but it does feel a little bit easier than an Amax, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it feels a lot easier, but I haven't used an Amax in a while either. Yeah. So, and then for handling, aim down sight time's a little faster on the C58. Sprint out times are the same, and movement speed is, aim down sight time's a little faster on the Amax, but movement speed is a little faster on the C58. Movement speed for an AR doesn't matter very much, but aimed out sight time does, and there's a 67 millisecond difference, which is actually kind of big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fucking big. 400 to 467.
That's weird. It doesn't seem a lot worse than the Amax, really, for ADS time.
It doesn't feel 67 slower. I agree.
No, not at all.
I was surprised by this, actually. And this is with all the meta attachments on each gun, by the way. These are not bare attachments. This is with all attachments, yeah. Longest barrel and agency monolithic.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, this last slide is the most interesting to me. This is what really makes this kind of a toughie. Bullet velocity. With the meta setup, the bullet velocity on Amax is 950 meters per second. On the C58, it is 1250. 300 meters per second more. That is massive. That is a massive difference. A massive difference. And you would actually feel that a lot. C58 with a VLK or with an axial, you basically would never have to lead shots. Whereas an Amax, I probably wouldn't lead shots anyway, but you might need to in some cases. And your hit reg is going to feel a lot better on a C58. 300 meters per second is no fucking joke. That's a lot faster. So that's all of the analytics. And again, we'll link you to the XclusiveAce video if you want to get a behind the scenes peek at that. But a lot of people have been using the C58. I was actually curious about this comparison myself, so it was very serendipitous that he had done a video like this. And I would say C58 advantage is that it has way more velocity, and it is a lot easier to control, in my opinion. And the reload speed is infinitely faster, by the way. And it has 10 more extra rounds, by the way, as well. 55 round drum compared to a 45 round for the Amax. That's a big deal. Way more damage per magazine. It's a big deal. And way faster reload speed is also a big deal. And more velocity and easier to control recoil. Advantage of the Amax, aim down sight time and rate of fire. So higher rate of fire makes it more forgiving.
Yep.
Because when you miss a shot and you get back on target, you're going to be landing that shot sooner. So the Amax has ADS time and forgiveness. C58 has velocity, reload speed, and easier recoil, in my opinion. I would toss my vote in with the C58 based on all of these analytics. They're very close. I think both are usable, but I would go with the C58. What are your thoughts on this, Tanner?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that bullet velocity alone, that's a really big difference.
I was shocked.
The fire rate, though, is so important. I feel like people kind of overlook fire rate because, yeah, if somebody... There's a lot of people that think the Amax is hard to use, right? So the C58 has almost identical recoil, and the fire rate's a lot worse. I feel like people that had difficulty using the Amax are actually somehow going to have more difficulty using the C58.
Interesting.
I mean, that's not the case for me. But if that's how you are, if you really couldn't control the Amax, you probably aren't going to like the C58.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested to see the thoughts of like somebody like, you know, sub 1.0 KD, see which gun they like more, like what the average person is using. Because I'm still seeing a lot of Amaxes. And I wonder if that's the reason why. I'm actually shocked at the amount of Amaxes I've seen. I was like, God, people are still using this gun. But it could just be people that don't keep up with things. They don't know what the best guns are. They don't listen to the Dropshot, of course. You know, they don't subscribe to True Game Data, stuff like that. So that could just be why they just keep using their same loadouts. But yeah, these guns, C58 is for sure better right now. But yeah, I'm interested to see what, you know, not as good of players think about that.
I was more than the comparison between an Amax and a C58. I found more interesting the fact that they're this close.
Yeah.
And it's making me think like maybe MW ARs aren't just out. I thought the differences would be bigger. Now I agree with you. I still think the C58 is better.
Yeah.
But it's not a blowout by any means. And the Amax does still have its advantages. And like we talked about in that Patreon ep that's going to go live tomorrow. Boy, a lot of fucking references to that ep. It's a banger, by the way. Maybe the fucking RAM is more viable than we think it is. Any thinkers?
Well.
Any thinkers? Because if an MW gun can be this close to a very good Cold War AR, other MW ARs can be too. And I think the RAM might actually be in that boat. And the RAM has like a 1300 bullet velocity, which is fucking outrageous and an insane fire rate. But we talked about that. I'm not going to repeat myself. So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting to see. And I am curious how the sweeping weapon balance change thing that's going to happen will mix this up. Are they going to bring MW guns even closer? Some of them, because some guns need it more than others.
Yeah.
Kilo, for example. Let's get rid of that damage drop off, first of all. And then we can probably do more to it. Probably needs more help than that. Maybe not, though. And a lot of other ones. M4 is fine, but not worth using. M13 is absolutely not worth using. In Warzone, there are others, I'm sure. But I am very interested to see how the AR meta changes once that sweeping weapon pass happens. But we'll see.
I want the Grau and the M13 to be good again.
I do too.
I mean, you can still use them, but you're gonna lose a lot of gunfights unless you hit every single shot on the person and they're missing shots on you. Like just time to kill wise, you're gonna lose most gunfights. And those guns are really fun to use. So.
Mm-hmm. And Hood Dog, I agree with you. Why would a player use C58 over a Farah? I don't think you should. I think the Farah is still just better because, yeah, even if C58 has a technically faster TTK, it's not faster by enough to make it worth foregoing a Farah.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I agree with you. But I expect the Farah to be nerfed again at some point. And then the C58 might be the best the best AR in Warzone. Unless that all comes with the sweeping weapon balance changes, and then everything's going to change. But I've been using the C58 because I'm fucking bored of the Farah, actually. So I kind of want to... That's what I had been using. So anyways. That's it for fucking patch notes, guys. So for those of you who are paying attention, none. There were none, actually. This is normally where we talk about more in-depth analyses. Once again, the XclusiveAce video will be linked in the description. I recommend you subscribe to his channel, of course. And yeah, besides that, and just an amendment to a patch note, there were no changes to the game. There might have been hidden changes that we don't know about, but none of the guys found them. J-God didn't, from what I can tell from his YouTube, nor did True Game Data, nor did XclusiveAce. So, no changes. Things are awfully quiet in Anaheim. And there's a reason. They're working on something. What do you think they're working on, Tanner? Let's get fucking
black helicopter,
dude.
Well, for one, I mean, the mid-season updates next week, so they're working on that. But still, I would have expected a little bit more. So short term, I think they're working on a larger weapon balancing update, and I'm assuming that's going to come next week now with the mid-season update, because I feel like that's what's happened in the past is we've had a lot of weapon balancing during these mid-season updates, both in Cold War and in Warzone, actually. So that'll be interesting to see. But aside from that, I do genuinely think they're working on the Vanguard reveal that's going to take place within Warzone, because it's been rumored before. Actually, I don't even know if it's... No, that wasn't rumored. That was true. I think Bobby Kotick said that in an interview, that it would be the
that
reveal.
Was official.
Yeah, so that is official. The reveal for Call of Duty 2021, apparently titled Vanguard. Who knows if that's true? It's not confirmed yet. But that will be revealed in Warzone. So I'm thinking it's going to be something to do with that, because I'm assuming this is going to be a lot bigger than what they did for Cold War, being as how popular Warzone still is. And, you know, they've already done the 1984 shit where they had, you know, like some LTMs going on, and then like you finished a game and then there was a cutscene and it loads you into Verdansk. So I feel like something bigger is going to happen with a Vanguard reveal compared to the Cold War reveal we got last year inside of Warzone. So I think that's taking a lot of resources.
I think I agree with you, actually. The fact that they even announced that they're going to do it beforehand kind of lends itself to that theory. Like, they didn't announce an in Warzone reveal for Cold War, even though they did it. This time they are announcing that they're going to do it. So I expect it to be bigger than the last reveal.
100%.
So it's going to be a better reveal than last year's game and a worse game than last year's game. That's actually what's going to happen.
Yeah, probably.
So that's going to be cool. It's going to be more fun to play that 2-minute LTM than it will be to play the game that it is revealing. Actually, I really hope I'm wrong, but I mean, I'm almost as sure of this as I am that, you know, Tanner's grandmother is dead now, right? I don't technically know either of those things. And Sierra might be a necromancer, but I'm pretty fucking confident in both of those things. So we'll see, but we'll see.
Yeah. Cool.
So anyway, yeah, that's it for patch notes, changes, etc. All right. Now on to news and upcoming changes. Tanner, what are we looking at?
Sure. Let's see. What's our first article here? Oh, here we go.
Our first item.
So, whoops, put the wrong view up. Black Ops Cold War Season 4 Reloaded should arrive next week, which will be probably July 15th. More than likely July 14th. The Wednesday will be the Cold War update, probably. So this will include, for one, the new Zombies round-based map that all the Zombies players have been waiting for. Mauer der Toten. Change it. This should also include the new OTS 9 SMG that was in the roadmap when Season 4 first launched. This will also include a new melee weapon, which doesn't matter, and Rush 6v6, which is that old paintball map from a Black Ops game. I think it was Black Ops
Rush.
1.
Wait, let me pull this up.
Yeah, we talked about it when Season 4, when the roadmap came out. But so that's what we'll be getting. So not a massive reloaded mid-season update. So that's why I'm also thinking we're going to get a big weapon update, I would hope.
That's true, dude. This isn't that much either.
Because one of the biggest things coming, or the biggest thing coming, is the Zombies map. And that has nothing to do with Raven and Warzone, right? So what are we getting in Warzone for the mid-season update? One new SMG? There's got to be a big update coming for Warzone next week. Yeah. So expect some major changes. Maybe that lighting update I've been waiting on. Maybe.
Well.
I mean, holy shit. I mean, that would be super nice, right? So that's what we're getting next week. We'll get into the Zombies map more in a little bit. I don't know anything about the OTS 9. I'm not sure if it was in an old Call of Duty game. Not that I know of. Looking at the picture, it looks like kind of like a Scorpion type looking SMG, real short. It looks like by default has like a pretty small magazine, like 20 rounds, 30 at the absolute most, which would be pretty normal. But it kind of looks like it's like a 20 round mag or something. I don't know.
It looks like, yeah.
Here's what my guess is.
20, 25.
Here's what my guess is. A low fire rate SMG that's going to feel similar to like a Milano or something. Low recoil, low fire rate SMG. I don't know why it gives me that look. It just gives me that look. It's just, literally, I look at it and I think low fire rate. Don't ask me why. I can't answer why. It's just like certain guns you look at. I guess it's because I'm used to it. Like I look at an MP5 and I think high fire rate. I look at this gun and I think very low fire rate, like a Milano for some reason. I don't know. Just the way, maybe it's like the design of it.
Yeah.
Looks like a more like a Milano, I guess, even though it doesn't. I don't know.
It's got a wire stock.
Yeah, that's what my initial guess is. A low fire rate SMG.
It definitely doesn't look like it's a fast fire rate. It definitely doesn't look like that.
And why are we saying that? I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
No idea why. It just gives me that vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Holy shit, dude. Can you imagine if oh boy. Okay.
Don't be so mad, buddy.
That's the only confirmed new thing for like Warzone is that new SMG, which odds are it's not going to be very good, or it's going to be overpowered, and then they'll need to nerf it, and then it won't be very good, like the MG82. Excuse me, MG82.
Yeah.
So either way, probably yikes. Maybe it's fun. Best case scenario, it's good but balanced, and then we have a new SMG in the game, and that's kind of it. That's all that's confirmed anyway. Not great. Don't fucking. Why are they not doing two weapons? What are we doing?
We're getting a melee weapon. What do you mean?
Yeah, actually, cringe. Interesting.
I feel like this gun's gonna be dog shit. If it's a low fire rate SMG, it's gonna be really, really bad to start with, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So hopefully the weapon balance comes then. It really fucking should. I would expect it to, honestly. I think it will.
Yeah.
And that might make the game super fun depending on how well they do. And they've been doing fairly well. I actually am sort of optimistic that when the changes happen, they'll be pretty good. Now, if they happen at this time, is up for debate, but I think it's pretty likely. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. So yeah, mid-season update next week. Next up here. All right, a little bit of the zombies info here. So, there's a new wonder weapon that's being teased by Treyarch. I'll show the image in a second. Actually, I guess I'll pull it. No, I can't pull it up right now while I talk about it. So from what the image looks like and what the rumors are, this gun is going to have like different forms or something. It's kind of weird. So it's like one part of the image shows like a pistol, another shows it looks like an assault rifle. Another one looks like a shotgun or something weird. I don't know. It seems odd, but here's what Dexerto said about it. They said, Nex is a rather unique weapon that may have multiple forms. A conversion-ready binary repeater, change it, seems to start out as a fully automatic handgun. Upon upgrading the new weapon, however, various boosts can take hold. Those may be random, because that's how the other wonder weapons are, right? You upgrade them and you get a random thing. That's how the... What's the suck and fuck gun?
The suck and fuck gun isn't random.
Oh, that one, you have to do that task for it. Yeah. There's another wonder weapon, I'm pretty sure, that gives you like random attachments or something when you upgrade it.
The ray gun maybe is random?
Not the ray gun. No, it's not what I'm thinking. That other one. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So one form looks to convert the gun into more of a shotgun, while another redesigns it in the shape of a sniper. All the while, a copycat companion sphere is set to provide synchronized support fire, which kind of makes it sound like there's something else on the gun that's going to like automatically shoot for you, or I don't know what that means. A companion sphere is set to provide synchronized support fire. It's something to do with that. It's going to have like some sort of automation on it, is what it sounds like, that's going to shoot zombies. I don't know.
That makes me think of like the Oracle from
here's the image.
From the Halo campaign. I don't know if you guys remember, it was like this little dumb fucking floating ball It would literally float, and it could shoot at enemies. So maybe there's going to be something like that, but it just shoots at whatever you're shooting at the same time. Which would actually be pretty cool. I could be totally off base there, but that's what that sounds like.
But so here's the image for those of you guys watching this. It also says fully automatic handgun fires lethal energy blast. And then, as I said, copycat companion spear provides synchronized support fire. And I think, see, you notice with all of these, this same part is in all of them. This
little cog.
That little cog. That's the center of all of them. So maybe
it's like a Nerf gun.
It's almost like maybe you pick up different attachments for it or something, and that makes it into that weapon. Like you find them randomly. I don't know.
You know what, dude? Look at the top right.
Yeah.
And then look at the shotgun under it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's literally just an extra piece got fucking plugged onto the end of it. And then the sniper too. The sniper looks different actually.
Well, if you look at the image on the left, it shows arrows. So it shows that thing on the left, which looks like a pistol, forming into those three other things. I don't know. That to me looks more like a shotgun or an assault rifle. They said sniper. I don't know what it is. Actually, probably that one on the right in the middle is a shotgun. The top one is some sort of like energy blast pistol, and the bottom is like an AR or a shotgun. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll probably find out tomorrow when they do their little reveal, I would assume. So on top of that, Mule Kick, which is a classic zombies perk from BO... Ooh, boy. BO... Which Black Ops Zombies was that? I don't know. It was in one of them, though. Don't ask me. But it's a classic zombies perk. That'll be arriving back with this update. And so that perk allows you to carry 3 weapons at once, that's very important in zombies. That's going to be...
shit.
Yeah. So if you can carry, like, 3 weapons that are maxed out, that's insane, dude. Because
that is insane.
When you're that good and you reach that many levels, what ends up happening? You get caught reloading at some point. That's how you die. You get caught reloading, you get stuck in a corner, and you die. So having one more weapon benefits you a lot. So that's pretty important to have. That's cool. So this sounds very fun. I'm actually excited to play this. More excited than I was for Outbreak. Even though Outbreak seemed very cool at the start with, it kind of ended up being a little boring, actually. This will be interesting to play, and I do want to fuck around with this.
Actually, yeah, dude, we should fuck around and do a fucking zombie stream. Next time we play the game, if Warzone's still this fucking broken, just do a little zombies broadcast. That would actually be fun. Actually, might be down for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am actually very excited about this. I like playing zombies once in a while, man. It's actually
once in a while.
Fun.
It's been a month since I played, so yeah, I'll play again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what zombies is to me. It's not a game mode you main. It's something to complement whatever you play. That's kind of what I think of it
I totally agree. Yeah.
But all right, so that's cool. That's it for the Cold War news. It's not actually. This is also Cold War news. Next article here. I'm getting from Charlie Intel.
Cool, man.
Black Ops Cold War reported to be the most supported COD title ever after the Vanguard release. What is that? Hold on, no. This is what we're playing. Hold on. Here it comes. Wait a second.
He's got to kickstart it, yeah.
I had to kickstart it. Okay, so according to Tom Henderson, friend of the pod, the most trustworthy leaguer out there right now by a mile. According to Tom Henderson, Cold War will likely be the most supported COD title after its yearly life cycle has ended. Now, of course, the games are still alive for years after. There's still people playing Modern Warfare 2, still people playing Call of Duty 4. But the life cycle, when they say life cycle in COD, is 1 year. It's from when Cold War releases to when the next COD, the next year, comes out. So, this is supposedly going to be the most post-cycle content we've ever gotten. And the reason being is that the post-launch revenue has exceeded their expectations. Shocking. That's absolutely shocking. Right?
I'm actually lost as to what that even means.
That means they've probably been selling more copies of their game, more microtransactions, which is insane to me. But hold on, let me keep talking about this.
All right.
This is shocking to me because I personally hardly know anyone who plays Cold War or enjoys it. That's crazy to me. So I was writing these notes last night at 10 p.m. So I was like, oh, let's do a little looky. Let's do a little look-see through the Discord, right? So I looked on Discord. There weren't a lot of people gaming. It was 10 p.m. after 10 p.m. Pacific time. So the East Coast is 1 a.m. on a Tuesday. In our Discord, for 100 plus people that were online, probably 150 people, 21 people were playing Modern Warfare. Nobody was playing Cold War. That's how it always is. You look at what games people are playing, nobody is ever playing Cold War. So I'm not sure what their expectations were for the post-launch revenue. It must not have been very high because there's no way this post-launch revenue is good. I'm shocked.
This is actually very interesting to me because if post-launch revenue means they're selling more copies of Cold War than they had expected to, I would say it's probably because people want to level guns for Warzone in Cold War because they don't think to do it in Plunder or whatever. Number one. And then if they're selling more bundles in the store, I would again say, I guess they would have to know if the bundle was bought from the Warzone versus the Cold War app. This is genuinely shocking to me, though. And then even if it is it's very weird, dude. I'm not sure I can explain it. The only thing that makes sense is either way more people play Cold War than we think do, which is possible, of course. They have those numbers and we don't. But I think more likely it's that people are just buying Cold War so that they can level guns for Warzone in Cold War. And maybe there are even people who are buying Cold War to get Dark Matter and Dark Aether to be used in Warzone. But they're not buying Cold War because they enjoy the game. And I think supporting the fuck out of it after the next COD comes out, I don't think people are playing Cold War because they enjoy it. I think they're playing it in spite of the fact that they don't enjoy it, in fact. So to support it after its launch would be a giant waste of resources, in my opinion. But even multiplayer players, I know more that play MDub than Cold War. Yep. This is what you pointed out, Tanner. Let's look right now. Compare MDub multiplayer streams on Twitch right now, viewers, to Cold War multiplayer viewers on Twitch right now. Because Warzone's a separate category now. So if you compare...
Let's check right now. Let's look.
MDub to Cold War, then I bet you there's more playing fucking MDub. So why would they support Cold War after the cycle? I think they're just mistaken. Very strange. But also Activision has to have thought of these things, right?
Yeah, well, you would think.
Right?
So right now, Warzone, 103,000 concurrent viewers. Modern Warfare, I got Warzone mixed up. Modern Warfare, 18,000 viewers. And Cold War, 11,000.
So
now that doesn't tell you everything, because that could be one big streamer pulling in 10,000 viewers or something that's playing MDub. Probably not, though, because I don't know of any big streamers that are playing MDub multiplayer that are bringing in 10,000 viewers. So that's interesting. So I don't know what they're talking about, dude. So I also wrote this. That's surprising, the post-launch revenue. That's very, very surprising. However, them continuing to do content for it isn't that surprising, and I'll tell you why. The game wasn't completed on launch, not even close. The game was about 20% completed when they launched it, and they know that. They know they had less time to do it because they took over development way late in the process. So there was just nothing done. So their plans were probably to have more shit done. Things happen. It didn't get done. And then they still have plans like, okay, we still want to do this. We still want to add this zombies map later. So it's like they're going to continue to do that because they're probably already in the works of doing those things. So once they push past the 1 year life cycle, the game will eventually feel closer to being completed in their eyes, which is probably why they're thinking, let's continue to put out this content. So that when people look back, they don't say Cold War was the worst COD of all time, because they'll put out more content towards the end, and they'll say, oh, look, we had all these maps, we had all these zombie maps. What do you mean? What was wrong with Cold War? Ignoring the fact that it launched with about 2 maps, right?
You know, another thing, too, is this is the first time... Cold War is the first title to ever have cross progression between 2 games. So your MW level is the same as your Cold War level, which will also be the same as your Vanguard level. So you don't have levels in a game anymore like you used to. You have Call of Duty levels. So since Cold War is going to be a part of that, they probably want to keep updating it so that if someone's new to Call of Duty, if someone's new to Call of Duty when Vanguard comes out, then they'll be like, oh, this game's cool. Oh, I could level my Vanguard account by playing Cold War and Modern Warfare. And Modern Warfare is still getting new content too. Probably why. Oh, if I can progress for Vanguard in Cold War and MW as a new player, I should go back and buy Cold War. Maybe that would be fun. And they still update it, so it must be worth buying. So maybe that's what they're thinking. I think probably that cross progression plays a big role in why they would choose to do this. And that actually does make more sense.
Yeah.
From that perspective, I think.
Yep.
Because this is also the first time there have been fucking new maps released for any COD game that's been out of development, when they released new maps for MW after Cold War had come out. And they've done that with like 4 maps now. It's also the first game where 2 games share the same levels. So I think that's probably not a coincidence. That's my theory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that's a good thought I hadn't thought of. But yeah, so we'll see if that is true or not. Again, that's not confirmed. That's a leak from Tom Henderson.
Yeah.
Next up here, another little thing from Tom Henderson. He says, it looks like Slums, Yemen, and Plaza are the latest maps rumored to be coming to Black Ops Cold War's remasters. If we get 2 more remastered maps from BO2, which we are, that's 50% of BO2 launched maps remastered. So half of the maps we had on launch in BO2 have now been remastered. So this is really cool because Slums, awesome. Very excited for this.
One of the best maps of all time.
Of course. Cool. Why wasn't this in earlier, right?
True.
I wanted Slums more than any other fucking map. Nuketown? Don't care. Give me Slums, right? So I'm more excited for Slums than any of the maps so far. Even just like, I put so many hours into that map on BO4 alone, playing that. That was probably
Slums on BO4.
That was probably our number 2 most played map in BO4 after Nuketown, and only because the PC community was so small that it's like a lot of times we would have to play Nuketown because we couldn't find other matches, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like we would have to play Nuketown. But other than that, Slums I always liked a lot more. The games were more competitive, I thought. It's just really fun. So that gets me extremely excited. Again, though, dude, it's like, fuck, why couldn't they have given this to us like 4 months ago? But, you know, I get it. Probably when you look at like what everyone else says, the average person would much rather have Nuketown remastered because they think of a remastered map, they think of Nuketown, not Slums. People wanted, of course, like Hijack. That hasn't been done. You know, maps like that. So I understand why they pushed it back since it was also in BO4, but it bugs me because I loved that map so much.
I agree with you, yeah. I think they made the right decision having Standoff come out pretty early because that has never been remastered until Cold War. So that was a good call to do that pretty early. And that's probably why they haven't done Slums, because they did do it for BO4. That's fair. But I agree with you. Even though it probably doesn't make sense from their perspective, I wish we would have gotten Slums way sooner. And by the way, dude, if Firing Range comes out in fucking October, I'm going to be so mauled, your head will spin. Actually. I'm going to like, oh, cool, man. We got Slums and Firing Range in Cold War. Awesome. I'll be busy this weekend playing the beta for Vanguard. Like, it's too late. Yeah. It's too late. So, cool. I would like to play these a lot because I haven't played them in so fucking long, dude. Yemen, I remember thinking was fine. I didn't particularly love it. Hot take, Yemen will suck on Cold War. Too many long sight lines. Yemen will fucking suck on Cold War. By the way, Plaza, hot take, Plaza will also fucking suck on Cold War. Someone's just going to be on one of those 2 rooftops of those buildings and just fuck everyone. Just get a nice little LMG, fuck around and put a fucking bouncing Betty on the ladder there. See ya. Nukes all day. Those maps will fucking suck and will not play well on Cold War. However, Slums would play very well on Cold War because there's really only one side of the map where you're at risk of being sniped. And it is the side... I can't even.
There's really neither side you're really at risk that much for getting sniped. I feel like also with Slums, it's a little bit easier to flank. It's like it's a 3-lane map, but I feel like the way they have it split up, the left and right flanks, it's like there's still cover there where you can make different pushes and kind of get around them and get a good flank, get decent angles on without just being like, walking into an area and just being screwed because they're like pre-aiming you or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think why, because I thought that same thing. I'm like, I feel like Slums would play really good on Cold War, and I couldn't really figure out why. But I think it's the sight lines not being that long. Like in Nuketown, you see people pretty far. I mean, you do in the corners of Slums, but there's not a lot of action going on there. You spawn back there and then you move up. Where the action's happening, I feel like I can flank people, shoot them in the side easier, make better plays. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, it does make sense that they did Slums later because of the other maps, standoff, hijacked. That makes sense doing those first. Yeah. So
it just sucks. Yeah. But yeah. Slums has the potential to be... It would probably be the best remastered map that could be done for Cold War, based on how Cold War is. I think it would even play better than Firing Range would on Cold War, honestly. I think Firing Range is a better map, but because Cold War LMGs and snipers are so disgusting, I think Firing Range would play fine, but it wouldn't play as well as Slums, because there are definitely a couple long sightlines in Firing Range.
Yeah.
Which don't exist in Slums.
That's true. Yeah, by the way, we'll get into another potential map leak for Vanguard here in a second. But hey, just saying, they also said Firing Range was coming to Cold War, right? Still haven't seen that. Haven't heard anything about that in months.
True. Yeah, true. I'm still waiting for Terminal to come to MDub.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll get into that, believe me.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Holy shit, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't see this. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up here, we are moving to. We're on to Warzone now. Then we'll get into a little bit of COD 2021. So this is just one little thing we have to cover about Warzone. I don't know how I didn't think about this. This title is from Charlie Intel. It says Nick Merckx explains why Warzone controller players have a huge XM4 advantage. And I don't think I've ever thought of his reasoning. So I have, credit to Nick Merckx for thinking of this. I'm sure you guys have too, but I never thought about it. So he was saying that aim assist is a lot stronger on like an XM4 because of the strafe speed when you're ADS'd. So when you're ADS'd and you're moving side to side, you move a lot quicker. And what happens when you're strafing on a controller? You get stronger aim assist. That's a fact. That's a literal fact. I'm not just saying that.
If you and your enemy are both moving, you get really, really helpful aim assist. It was demonstrated in a very popular clip maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah. I forget whose video it was, but
Jack Frags, wasn't it?
Yeah,
somebody weird. He's not some big creator that's not big in the Warzone scene, but he made that video. So essentially, here's what it is. I think aim assist feels stronger than what it used to in Warzone, and we've said that a lot, and a lot of K-Bam players will say that. And that's because of the strafe speed of the Cold War weapons. So I don't think anything actually changed with the aim assist. It just feels a lot better because, like I always say with the RAM, I hate the RAM because you ADS with it, and I feel like I can't move. I may as well just stand still because there's barely any side-to-side action, right? So now that all these guns, you strafe so fucking fast, if I'm in a firefight up close, and I'm moving, and they're locked onto me, they're LT'd onto my body, and they're strafing and I'm moving, they're going to hit every single shot because that makes aim assist a lot stronger. And that's a fact. I'm not complaining. I am complaining, but that's an actual fact that it becomes stronger when that's happening. So this makes a lot of sense. And of course, a K-Band player is more likely to miss their shots as that person is strafing because they don't have aim assist and they're not like locking on. If it's like, like a 7-meter fight or something.
Yeah.
That's when it's really going to benefit them. So this is interesting. I can't believe I never really thought about this much. So, yeah, people on K-Bam that have been complaining about aim assist being strong, pretty sure this is the reason. I don't think anything actually changed with the aim assist. I think it's just this reason, and it's the Cold War guns and the strafe mechanics of them.
Yes. When you told me about this, I was like, dude, that makes complete sense, and I'm almost positive this is what had been going on. Because, yeah, some people were like, dude, aim assist has gotten stronger. I was always kind of skeptical. I don't know. And then that video came out of like, it was just explaining that if only your enemy is moving, your aim assist isn't very strong. If only you're moving, but your enemy's standing still, aim assist isn't that strong. But if you're both strafing, aim assist gets like way stronger, which sort of makes sense. It makes sense that it gets stronger. Maybe not to the degree that it does, but it makes sense that it does get a bit stronger. So then when you add Cold War guns, which have way faster strafe speeds than MW guns ever have, then aim assist feels stronger because you're moving more quickly, but the aim is just as sticky as it used to be. But it felt less sticky before because both parties weren't moving as quickly, so it didn't look as strong. So now that you move faster, you experience more of what's going on, and it's more obvious. And it is a bigger advantage if the other person is not using aim assist. That does make complete sense, and I think that explains it.
Yeah.
I totally agree with what you said. I don't think aim assist changed at all.
Yeah.
If anything, honestly, what I think happened was the game came out, they balanced aim assist for the average strafe speed of all the guns in Warzone when it came out. There were no Cold War guns in Warzone when it came out, obviously. And that was about fine, which I stand by. And then when the Cold War guns came out, you all saw how that integration went. It was a fucking disaster. There were a ton of oversights, and I think this was maybe one of them. Because now the advantage is like really squarely with the aim assist. Because when you're strafing that quick, it's hard to stay on. With the mouse. It's harder than if both people are fucking standing still, obviously. Yeah, when you told me about this, I was like, dude, that's giant brain. Totally true. So agreed, Nick. Totally agreed. Good take. Totally. It makes perfect sense, actually.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick.
Friend of the
Mercs,
pod.
of course. Well. Okay, that's it for Warzone pretty much. Now we're going to get into COD 2021, and then we'll get into, well, I guess we do have some more Warzone. It's tournament-related stuff. All right, so one little announcement here, COD 2021. So, Vanguard leaker claims classic Modern Warfare map is returning. Whoa, what could that be?
What?
So, according to MW2 Ghost, Terminal will be in COD 2021.
Ooh.
Sure. Cool. You know when else they said that? Probably this guy said that. Modern Warfare. Before Modern Warfare came out, Terminal's coming to Modern Warfare.
It was MW2 Ghost that said that.
It probably was. It was the same guy. Yeah.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
So that's cool. Just wanted to bring that up. And it very well may come because there's a better chance that it comes to COD 2021 than the chance of it coming to Modern Warfare. Because the chance of it coming to Modern Warfare, it didn't come, so it's 0%, right? So there's a slightly higher chance we'll get it in COD 2021, maybe. But, just remember this, because I've seen a lot of people talking about this. They said Terminal was coming. They said High Rise was coming. What were the other maps from MW that were supposed to come? There were a bunch of them.
Like
they said
dozen.
All of these maps are in the files.
Yeah.
These are all coming to the game. So, of course, we got baited. So that's crazy. That's what he's saying, though. But again, I don't care. I just don't care because they said the same exact thing about Modern Warfare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't believe it. Maybe Terminal will be in the game, but No idea. No earthly idea. Don't care. Don't believe it. So cool. We'll see. I believe a map from World War II. What was it called? Docks, I think?
Yeah.
I believe that's going to come back way more than I believe Terminal's going to come back. Terminal could come back, but it is an Infinity Ward map for a... I guess this is an IDub game, right? They haven't officially said that yet. I don't know. Maybe it'll come back.
It's it's Sledgehammer.
Oh, wait, Sledgehammer, yeah. I believe Docks way more than Terminal. I simply don't believe this. Maybe it will, but I don't believe it. I would not count on it by any means, to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah. It made way more sense for it to be an MW 2019 than it does in a World War II title.
And it didn't come there, so yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe they didn't want to do just a copy paste of it in Modern Warfare, so now they want to do a World War II remake. But I'm sure they weren't thinking of that in Modern Warfare, right? So,
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, so let's get into some tournament talk here.
Any tournaments, dude?
Yeah. So, crazy Warzone cheat lets hackers instantly crash your game. Holy, I can't even say that without laughing. So, there's a pro Warzone player in 100 Thieves. His name is Tommy. He was streaming live on Twitch. All of a sudden, some random person joined his lobby. Now, did he not have his lobby on invite only? How did he get in there? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. So this guy's name was a bunch of X's, like the little X box, the circle, and the X, like the button. His name was that X 100 times across Tommy's screen, right?
Cool.
He was able to join his lobby, and he said something like, "Oh, like, do you have any questions for him?" Like basically saying like, "I'm a cheater. Do you want to ask me any questions live on stream while you're live to 20,000 people?" And Tommy was just like, "Nope."
So in voice.
Yeah.
They were talking. Okay, I
see. In game chat, and Tommy was like, "Nope."
Chat, okay.
And so this dude got pissed off, of course. And like 3 seconds later, Tommy got his game dev-errored. Just dev-errored.
What?
When he was sitting in a lobby with this guy, right? So I was kind of thinking like, okay, it could just be like it could just be a coincidence, maybe. But then Tommy posted that link. He was like, apparently cheaters can now dev-error your game. And a few other big content creators posted the same thing. They're like, dude, this exact guy joined my lobby and did the same thing to me.
Whoa.
They're like, I didn't realize this was like a thing. So it's like, holy shit. Apparently, hold on. This is a thing in Apex. That's a cheat in Apex where people can do the same thing, crash your video game. Fucking insane.
What the fuck?
So again, I mean, this is just sad. We could very truly be nearing the end of Warzone's life cycle if we keep getting things like this. People walking around aiming at the ground, killing people all over the map. People joining your lobby, crashing your game. Nothing's getting better. It's getting a lot worse, and nothing's getting better at all.
It's actually getting worse. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So then this is something else that one of them said. I've been telling my friend, this is what Tommy said, I think. I've been telling my friends for a while that I have experiences when I come up against certain... Oh, wait, no, this is from the article. Somebody said, I've been telling my friends for a while that I have experiences when I come against certain opponents, talking about in-game in Warzone when they're playing. The game randomly slows down, freezes, and locks up. At this point, I think the game is completely chalked, and I think the devs know it too. Basically saying there's people that have hacks where it's like, when you get close to them, your game starts stuttering and freezing and crashing. And that's been a thing. That's been a thing in PC games for years. I remember that being a thing like 10 years ago. If you were like close to certain cheaters on the map, your game would just fuck up and bug out. I don't know. There's some name for it. I can't think of what it is. But that's the thing. And apparently that's now in Warzone.
Like lag switching, I've heard of.
Pretty much, yeah.
But so what's weird about this is that I've heard of... So I've been DDoSed before, and I've been like lag switched before.
Well,
not often, but it's happened. The DDoS was very weird, but I haven't ever been dev-errored by someone else.
Yeah.
I know people can fuck with your internet connection and kick you off the game, But if they did that, I would expect you to get an error message like connection to Blizzard client has been lost. Please restart your game, which we've seen from non-nefarious for Blizzard shit reasons. But I didn't know they could make your game dev error, like the executable fucking program stop working.
Yeah, who knows? Like,
I have never seen that. That is fucking weird.
Yeah, dude. How does that happen?
I have no idea. That is crazy, though.
Yeah.
I would not expect that to result in a dev error. That is super fucking interesting. Cringe, dude.
Yep. Cringe. So that's dope, right?
If big streamers start getting harassed like this to where they can't stream anymore because they literally can't, they're getting griefed by other people, Activision's going to be in trouble, dude.
Yeah.
Because then no one big will be streaming their game anymore. And then fucking all these kids, all the streamers are going to go play something else because they have to play something.
Yep.
And then all their viewers are going to be watching that and like, oh, Apex looks fun. I should get this again. And then they'll just stop playing Warzone.
Yeah, exactly.
In the droves, by the millions, actually. Like, that could definitely happen. This is wild. How prevalent is this? Do you know?
I don't know. I saw there were like 3 or 4 pros that commented when Tommy said that. And they're like, dude, this same guy joined my lobby and said the same thing. Now, at the bottom of the article, Charlie Intel was like, the only way we know of to avoid it is to set your lobby to like invite only. And I'm like, okay, if people like Tommy didn't have his lobby on that already, then what the fuck are they doing? So if they can't join, if it's not just an open lobby, that's not a massive deal. I don't know why these pros would ever have open lobby anyways, but I guess if they're not adding people to their friends list, they think they're fine. But obviously cheaters can get around all of that stuff easily.
But people can stream snipe closed lobbies all the time. People, like these big streamers get stream sniped all the time. And it's not because people are joining on them.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know? So. Like that, it would definitely help to not have your fucking party open, but still. Very weird, dude. Yeah. Wow.
So that's a you think
major
this is
gonna get out of hand?
I don't know. I don't know if I don't think it'll become that bad. I think we'll see it more with like big streamers like this occasionally, but I don't think it's gonna get like that bad. God, I would hope not, dude. But yeah, like you're saying, that will end up pushing people because they'll be like, cool, I can't even get into a game because cheaters are crashing my game before I even get there. Fuck this. I'm done. I'm uninstalling. I'm officially moving completely to another game. I'm done with this shit. And if somebody who brings in 20,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch does that, that's a lot of people that are also going to stop playing because all of his viewers are going to be like, oh shit, yeah, screw that.
Wait, was this in the middle of a match or did he crash at the lobby screen?
No, he was in the lobby. Tommy was in the lobby with 1 or 2 other guys, and then that person was able to join his lobby on him, even though he's not friends with this person, and crash his game.
Okay. Yeah, that's not as big of a deal then. I thought they were in the match and he was making him crash.
Well, they can probably do that also if they get in the match with them. Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe they could.
But this just happened a couple days ago, so we'll see more of this, I'm sure. We'll see how they handle it and what happens, you know. But
yeah, interesting nonetheless, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So next thing up here. Oh, it's more about cheating. Let's get into it.
Cool, man.
Anti-cheat watchdog claims Warzone hackers will be coming to console soon. Let's fucking go.
Huge, dude. Huge.
Here's the TLDR. There's a new cheat program coming to consoles, apparently. I don't know anything about this. I've also seen some people say this has been out before for a long time. That I guess uses AI learning to detect your monitor and lock onto enemies for you. So I was watching a video of it. It's not nearly as blatant as aimbot, where it's just you're here, you're there, snapped all of a sudden. But it's like you're on a guy, you move over, you're on the next guy pretty quickly.
Holy shit,
not legit at all. And it has extremely sticky aim assist, of course. It's like using a Cronus. So it's not as blatant as just literal aimbot.
This is like DLSS becoming self-aware. Actually.
Yeah. So I mean, this is
Skynet, dude.
Yeah, this is like the better version of a Cronus. So it basically aims your controller for you. So if you had trouble before aiming with your controller, don't worry. There's new cheat programs coming for you. And it moves it for you. So the flicking movement, slower than aimbot. This is still crazy. This is, I mean, it's just extremely, very, very, very overpowered aim assist is what it is. But
that is outrageous. How the fuck do you get? Wow. I'm having trouble understanding.
I didn't understand it either, but that's what it said, is that it was some sort of AI learning. I'm like, what?
Do you like put a USB into your console and then that's where the program runs or something?
I don't know.
Wow.
I have no idea.
That's crazy.
Yep. The other thing that was weird, though, is that he said it was coming to consoles, but the videos he was showing was on a PC using a controller, because you could see he would like go to the program and be using a mouse to click different things on the program. So I even saw some of the comments and they were like, okay, this is literally on a computer, though. You can see the mouse. The guy's moving his mouse around. And they were like, this was just recorded on PC using controller, but it's going to be basically the same exact thing on a console. I don't know how it works, but so, because now it's like people that aimbot are on a mouse usually, I guess you can aimbot with a controller. It's a program, right? I don't see why you couldn't, but so this also sounds like people can use this with a controller on a PC as well and get the same thing.
I'm kind of with Boomertown Gaming cringe. Change it in the chat. Please change it. This is fantastic. I hope this game burns to the ground. That is what needs to happen, because Activision is so big. Hashtag too big to fail. They're so big that they wouldn't let that happen. So what? Well, I mean, they kind of already are, I guess. But if it got so bad that they started losing a lot of money, they would figure it the fuck out. I refuse to believe it is outside of the capabilities of Activision to have a working anti-cheat for the game. So I kind of hope this happens. I hope people keep griefing streamers. I hope Warzone becomes an unplayable, cheating-infested mess so that Activision is forced to do something about it. Like, that's actually, at this point, kind of what I'm hoping for. Because right now, it's just bad enough to where they're not going to actually do anything about it, because people still are willing to play and they're still making money. So they're not going to do anything. But if it gets so bad that it starts cutting into their bottom line, then they'll be forced to act. And I kind of, at this point, want that to happen. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. Now, of course, we'll have to get jobs because nobody will be playing Warzone anymore. So we'll have to go back and get jobs. True. That's not great. Yeah. So, just please give us something so people stop cheating so I don't have to get a job, Activision. But, I'm kind of with you there, because like you always hear people say like they have the source code. There's nothing Activision can do. They change the source code. It's cracked within minutes of that code being changed. It's like, I just like, dude, if there has to be a way, right? Because it just seems like pretty much there's no such thing as an anti-cheat anymore. That's what it seems like. Because even all the games that have an anti-cheat have a bunch of cheaters. There's just no such thing as an anti-cheat anymore. And it's weird to me, because if somebody can come up with a program that can cheat in a video game and not get you banned, why do we not have the capability to make a program that doesn't ever allow a cheater in your game? How is that not possible? They can have millions of people cheating and get away with it. Some dipshit hacker out there has to know how to have a solid anti-cheat that almost nobody can get through. I refuse to believe that. Now, people always say it's a money issue. I don't think it's a money issue. I think it's an issue of it just not being realistic right now and just not even possible, because nothing like that exists. And like we already heard, the source code for the next Battlefield got leaked. And so the rumors were, oh, this game's going to be filled with cheaters already. There's going to be cheats for the game before it even comes out, because they have the source code already. So they'll just create cheats for it. But yeah, it's just shocking to me that this happened so easily and there's nothing that can stop it. And I don't think there will be anything for a while that'll stop this.
I want so badly to talk to anyone who knows what does an anti-cheat mean and why can't there be one in Warzone. There are a bunch of people who have the answer and will explain why it either is or is not possible. I want to understand why. Because I'm thinking, why couldn't you just like scan the task managers of everyone who connects to your game or connects to a match and look at the list of programs, and if there's a cheating program, they just get banned? That sounds super easy to me. There are programs.
Invasion of privacy, probably.
I guess, but what, like, your privacy is invaded more by your phone than that would be an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Like, actually, your phone knows where you are at all times. You hit I agree when you do the terms of service. They could write in the terms of service, if you connect to a match, you consent to us looking at what programs you have running at the time.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem illegal to me at all. There's no way that's illegal. And this sounds so simple that I must be misunderstanding something. Obviously, it's not that simple, because if it was, we would have an anti-cheat. Because there exist programs that look at what other programs you have running.
Yeah, exactly.
Every program. If you try to update fucking DaVinci Resolve, it'll say, oh, looks like Resolve's running already. Can you close it before you do this update, please? Thank you. So Resolve can do it. Why can't Activision? It doesn't make sense. There's something I'm not understanding, because there's no way it's that simple, and there isn't an anti-cheat. I refuse to believe that. Somehow, I have more faith in Activision than that. So I really want to talk to someone who actually knows what the fuck is going on with all this shit and explain to me the challenge here.
Yeah.
The difficulty here. I don't get it.
I would love so much in like 2 years when Warzone's dead, to talk to one of these devs that work solely on Warzone. Not even like be serious with them, not even be rude, just be like, okay, like really, like what was the reason there wasn't an anti-cheat for this game? Like, tell us how it works, why it wasn't possible. Was it anything to do with money? Was it just that Activision didn't want to do it, or was it not even possible on that engine you guys are on, because it's such an old engine? It's like, give us the reason so people understand, you know? What you're saying about scanning your computer, I think I've said this on the pod before, but back when I played COD 4 competitive, we had to log in and launch this third-party software. This was through the leagues. There was a software created, an anti-cheat software, that they forced you to run. And when you would be running it, the person who'd be adminning the match can see whoever's logged in, and it tells you your in-game. I think it was called a GUID back then. It was like this 21-digit code, so you couldn't like spoof it. Like, I can change my name to anything. I can change my name to Tanner, then I can change it to Dipshit any second I want. That's how games were back then. You opened up the console, you type /name, you changed your name. So your GUID was tied to your game though, and like your computer, I think is what it was. So they could see that you were running that software. And if that software detected a program that was deemed cheating, you would literally immediately be kicked out of the game and you would be banned. And they could tell you exactly what the program was that was running that got you banned. And there were programs that they were like, yo, by the way, don't run this EXE. Sometimes the software thinks it's a cheat. Don't have this program open, and things like that. And it worked. There weren't cheaters in competitive back then at all.
Yeah.
So
you could easily roll that into the current application, the current executable. One of the background processes is that. You could easily do that. You could gather consent to do it. Everyone accepts the terms of service without reading them anyway. Throw in an extra sentence. You consent to this program running while the game's open. It's that simple. Fucking Valorant has something like that. I don't know how many cheaters there are in Valorant, but you have to run a fucking thing like Riot Vanguard or something. It's just a little tray icon, and it's just running in the background. And when you launch the game, it revs up and looks at your task manager. It can't. It just. Yeah. I don't know. Dude.
Like you're saying, I will never understand it until I talk to somebody from Raven, Activision, Infinity Ward, who can actually explain it to me and tell me why it's not there and what the true reason is.
If it's that simple and there still isn't an anti-cheat, I would be so furious. It would be beyond comprehension how mad I would be, actually. I would be so fucking mad.
Yeah. People that think it's about...
I think I've talked about this. When I was playing SWTOR, there was a datacron on the fleet. This was all you. It was you would get a friendly group of players. You would go to this area of the map to get an item, and the item would give you a permanent stat boost. So this wasn't competitive or anything, but it was literally impossible to get to this item without a group of like 8 people. I didn't want to get a group of 8 people, so I got fucking cheats for SWTOR to teleport myself to the item so I wouldn't have to get a group because I couldn't find a group. The moment I did it, see ya. Banned.
So you're a cheater. So your SWTOR legacy is tarnished because you're a cheater.
Well.
So you hack in video games. How do we know you're not a hacker in Warzone?
Well. Oh, have you seen my stream before?
Yeah, you definitely don't hack. You're right.
There you go.
Yeah. You're dog
I didn't do it in competitive, obviously, because people who cheated, they got tarred and feathered. I was a god. I didn't need to cheat, and I'm not a cheating piece of shit. I just wanted it so I could get the fucking datacron on the fleet. Okay, and SWTOR players know what I'm talking about. I cheated to get up there. I did click it, by the way. I kept the stat boost, but they did ban me for a week. Cringe. Instantly though.
That's crazy.
And then. Fucking this game was made in 2010, and
good game.
This doesn't exist. It was a good game. It's just outrageous. I cut you off though. Sorry. What were you saying?
No, I think that was it. Yeah, I would just really love to talk to someone who really knows about this.
Yeah, it doesn't
give
make
us
sense.
Solid answers on it. Yeah. But anyways,
the reason a Cronus is undetectable totally makes sense to me. I don't know how a dev would fix that problem.
That was the other thing about this new cheat that's supposedly coming to consoles, is it'll be even less detectable than like aimbot cheats on PC. That's what their whole thing was. They said it's virtually undetectable. That's what the selling point was. So cool, man.
That's a cheat that I actually don't know what they could do. Like if you're using an aimbot application, and that's not being caught, then the game is shit. That's the dev's fault. But like a Cronus, I don't know how you would detect that because it's on your like controller. Like the game, your system isn't running an application. So how would they detect it? I don't think they could easily anyway. And therefore, if that's a problem, it's like, well, that sucks, but I don't blame Activision for that. But for just a run-of-the-mill aimbot application, I absolutely blame Activision. Or I'm not understanding something.
Yeah. Yep. But okay. Yeah, so that's fun. Next up here. This is about the Toronto Ultra Warzone tournament. This is a tournament that took place last week. So there was a clip going around of Bobby Poff. Of course, he has a lot of these clips where he starts yelling, "What the fuck?" Shit like that. Just goes off, goes on these rants, yells at Activision and stuff like that. So this guy named FIFA Kill won the Toronto Ultra 100K tournament. Bobby Poff was streaming live when he figured this out, and he just went off and was yelling. And he was like, "FIFA fucking won using a Russian server?" And I was like,
no.
What? Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I did some more research on this, and I understand it more. So one of the teammates that this FIFA Kill guy was playing with is a pro that's, I guess, pretty new to the scene, and he lives in Moscow. Now, FIFA lives in, like, London or something, I think. Moscow's still not real close to that, right? He's not going to get good ping. So these people are claiming, well, first they were saying he was VPNing or something. And then I did some more research. I'm like, what are they talking about? The guy, he's just playing with a Russian. But so they're all claiming, I guess the thing is that he picked a Russian teammate on purpose so they can use that person to host and get easier lobbies. Because when this tournament was going on, it was 3 a.m. in Russia, right? And it was proven. They had very easy lobbies. I think they had the lowest average KD for the entire tournament, which of course this was a kill race, shocking. And so they had the lowest average KDs. They won the tournament, shocking, right? So more than anything, this just goes to show you again, fuck these kill races, at least for this much money. Play your wagers, play your $1,000, $2,000 wagers. Don't ever run a fucking tournament close to a price pool of $100,000 as a fucking kill race on public lobbies. There were huge discrepancies in average lobbies. Like their average was so much lower. Here's some screenshots as I show you. This is from day one. Here's the average of 6 matches they had. 0.87, 0.97, 0.93, 0.9, 0.89, 103. Those were 6 lobbies. All of these people, those 3 trios, all of them probably have over 5.0 KDs, and they got one lobby over a 1.0 KD. Raz and I, an average lobby for us is probably 1.1 to 1.2, and these get up to well and above 1.3 even. But like average, I would say 1.1, probably more like 1.2 is average. These are, this is just ridiculous. So it's like, it just goes, these are just bot races. These are bot races. Sure, these guys are good. They're getting a bunch of kills. They're bot races, though. So that's what a lot of the pros have, I guess, been saying, that he pretty much picked a Russian teammate just so they could get easier lobbies. And it's not VPNing because they picked a Russian teammate. Because it's like, I had never heard of this guy. I don't follow the scene that much, but it's like this guy only had under 2,000 followers on Twitter and stuff. Meanwhile, all these other guys are verified on Twitter. They have 100,000 followers. So it is weird they picked this guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, apparently he wasn't a big name, and they wanted him for the lobbies, and it worked for them. They won the tournament.
Yeah. So a couple things.
Fuck this format.
Go ahead.
No, just fuck this format. I'm gonna go pee. You can talk.
Okay. First of all, this is literally exactly what Tanner and I said when we talked about the World Series of Warzone. We said these guys are all so good that it's not a competition between the teams. It is merely whoever gets the easiest lobbies will win. Because no matter what team got those lobbies for this tournament, they were going to win the tournament because they're all good enough. Guess what? Literally, that's what happened. The team in this kill race tournament that had the lowest average KD lobbies won the tournament. We called it. We've said, of course this happens. Now, not an impressive thing to say at all. Common sense would dictate that this is true. Because again, they're all so good that it's not about performing well. It's about getting lucky with the lowest possible KD lobbies, and whoever does will win. Totally unsurprising. Now, another thing too, by the way, is that this FIFA kill guy, did he pick the Russian dude to get easier lobbies to win? Probably. However, what are you going to do? Not allow people from fucking Moscow to play? Sorry, you have to live in a developed country to participate in our Warzone tournament. That's fucking dumb. You could ban VPNs, I guess. That makes some sense. But then people are just going to find good players from fucking Mogadishu to host their lobbies. And then they just win that way. And you can't just ban participants because they, don't live in Brussels or something. Like, this is totally legal to do, and it should be. Like, hey, my friend happens to live in Moscow. Am I just not allowed to play with him? Is he not allowed to host?
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb. So there's actually no way around this. It's like, this FIFA guy didn't cheat. Maybe he did, but this wasn't the cheating thing. Now, again, did he pick... I don't know anything about this. But did he pick some dude who lives in Moscow who has no Twitter clout? just because he thinks he's a really good player? Doubt it. I doubt it. He could have picked a lot of other teammates probably. Now I'm sure this Russian dude's very good, but you know, come on, what are we doing? The proof is in the pudding, as they say in Russia. So that I
is that
totally
what they say
agree.
in Russia?
I have contacts in Russia that have told me that's true. Yeah. This format's just fucking dumb. It's chalked for exactly this reason and others like it. It's like he's not even VPNing, but you're gonna be able to game the system very easily because there's no competitive integrity to having players in different lobbies competing against each other. It's fucking stupid. So I'm glad that this Bobby Poff dude. I've seen a couple of clips where he's like screaming at his camera, by the way. Don't know how much theater's going on with those because it's pretty, I don't know, dramatic. That's an aside. I haven't watched him enough.
He's a
I don't
drama
know.
major.
Okay. Well, are you joking or are you serious?
I don't know. I'm kidding.
Cool,
Kind of seems
man.
like he wears a scarf. So he could be.
Yeah, he's written a couple screenplays. Whatever. But anyways, besides that, I agree. These are fucking stupid and they're uninteresting to watch too. Like, would it be fun to watch FIFA Kills team get 80 kills in a .83 lobby? Not to me. I don't know. Every kill would just be a massacre.
You go back and watch those videos. Everyone's just getting shot in the back because they're so bad. They're not even having gunfights. Like when you see random dumb TikTokers and YouTube commenters being like, "Oh, my lobbies shoot back." It's actually what it is. Like these lobbies are so bad they're just shooting everyone in the back because they're just brain dead. So this, I think, by the way, was a tournament that made all the pros tweet out, "Okay, I'm done with kill races. I'm not doing these anymore. Customs only from here on out." That's what we talked about last week. I'm pretty sure this was a tournament that pushed people to do that because some of them also tweeted out things and they were saying like GG's, like FIFA, like they just got gifted with better lobbies than we did today. Because like some of these guys were like every single lobby they were getting was like 1.2, 1.3. And like Lag was just saying in chat, good point. Some of these team, like 4 of them would get into a lobby together. So the lobby would die so quickly, they had no way to get kills because there'd be 3 other pro trio squads in the fucking lobby with them. The lobby was just dead within 10 minutes, you know? So it's like, that sucks. Meanwhile, these guys are playing on a Russian server in the middle of the night there, playing against nobodies, just dominating them.
Yeah.
So custom should be the only way these tournaments are held. I think the organizers are finally starting to realize that. I think that's what we'll see going forward, mostly. Hopefully. I think the viewership's going to turn out for that way too. And also another reason I think it will transition to customs only is because Activision's getting involved now. Activision is hosting custom tournaments. They're doing very well viewership wise. They're very well done. I am a big fan of them, actually. I think they're very fun. I think they're one of the few good things Activision has done in a long, long time. So far, we'll see if they keep that up or fuck up their own tournament somehow, which is of course possible. So Activision's never going to get involved in public lobby kill race tournaments because it would look very bad for them if on an Activision sponsored tournament, one of the teams died to cheaters in a public lobby. They wouldn't be able to control it that stringently. Yeah, they never do.
So they're never going to do that. Therefore, all the money is going to be in customs. Customs is the wave. It will come soon. And that's a good thing because they are simply better in from a competitive standpoint and from a viewership standpoint. I think they're just better. And this is great. The only people who should be unhappy about this are people who are dominating the kill race scene right now because they're doing goofy shit like this or VPNing themselves. And fuck those people. So, yeah, I think customs is coming, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. Last topic here.
Thing here, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Tanner.
Are you gonna take it? Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it. So evidently, Bad Boy Beeman, change it. Put out this. This is a dude who makes YouTube videos about how everyone cheats, basically.
All the pros, how they all cheat.
Yeah. So I think we've talked a little bit about this guy and people like him in general before. Pretty fucking weird career path to me, honestly. You're actually just like watching other men, usually, play a video game who are very good, and then you claim that they're all cheating. It really reeks of resentment to me, and it's very weird, and envy. I find the whole enterprise odd, to say the least. He's definitely accused some people of cheating that everyone else is convinced is not cheating. Now, there's no way to prove someone is not cheating. It's not possible to do that. But it's virtually not possible to do that. But still, there's a lot of doubt on a lot of people that he said are cheating. However, very lucrative, great business model he has going. If you're unscrupulous, you can just accuse swag of cheating. And that YouTube video, it's going to get a lot of clicks and you're going to get a lot of ad revenue. Even if you know it's not true before you make the video, you can get a lot of fucking money that way. So, smart business model. Kind of like Robert Kardashian being the lawyer for fucking O.J. Simpson. You'll get a lot of money, but, you know, what are we doing in the for that money? Get the bag, I guess? I don't know. But anyways, his latest victim is Mutex. Mutex is a Warzone player. He's one of the most well-known, I would say. He's on the sticks. He has, like, multiple world records. He's very good. And evidently, on his streaming PC, there was some evidence that he had a Cronus application on the streaming.
It was on
PC.
his desktop, yep.
Now, you might be thinking, well, that's open and shut case. However, Mutex responded in a Twitter video, and he was saying, yeah, so this is my stream PC, so it's like a really old PC. From back when I was like doing competitive Call of Duty for World War II, the video game, which is like 2017. And apparently, I didn't know this, but he was saying back in the day, we would use Cronuses at like sanctioned competitions. Everyone used them because they had a tournament mode that was actually an anti-cheat for the controller. So people would have like a scuff controller. They would program cheats into the scuff, and then they would go to these tournaments and cheat. And the Cronus on a scuff controller actually acts to block any cheats that are on the scuff. Supposedly. I believe this. I have no reason not to. And that's something that could easily be falsified. So I don't think he would say that on Twitter if it wasn't true. So ironically enough, Cronus was actually an anti-cheat back then, I guess. So he was like, yeah, everyone used Cronuses at these tournaments because they had something called tournament mode where they acted as anti-cheats. So I would also... Wait, hold on. Now I'm skeptical again. Hear me out. Let me finish. So I also had Cronus at home on my PC so that I could practice with the Cronus on tournament mode because that's what we played at LANs. Here's my thought, actually, though. This all made sense to me before right now. Wait a minute. If tournament mode just disables cheats, why would you need to practice with the Cronus? Why couldn't you just not use the Cronus and also not use cheats? That would be the same as using a tournament mode Cronus. So you wouldn't need it at home. Actually, doesn't make any sense at all. Now, let me add, didn't watch Bad Boy Beeman's video, but I did watch Mutex's retort. At least the 3-minute Twitter video he put up. Maybe there are more videos, maybe there's more context I'm missing. Something doesn't add up with that explanation, though. I think I'm probably missing something. Because the obvious question, again, is why do you need to practice with an anti-cheat device if you could just not cheat, which would be exactly the same thing? Am I missing something, Tanner? Does that make sense?
Well, according to chat, lag is saying the Cronus has bad input lag, so that's why they would take it home. So maybe they would use it at home to get used to it. Now,
to the worst input lag, yeah.
Or like El said, I thought it was on console only in World War II. That is very true. So I'm wondering why it wasn't. He wouldn't be playing on his PC. So all I can assume is you have to have the software on your computer and plug the Cronus into that to probably get the profiles or something. So it's probably like they made a tournament profile and then you have to update it that way. That explains it. Because yeah, he wouldn't have even been playing on his computer then, which is why I was on that PC, because that was probably his main PC at the time, which that's what he would stream off of when he played on his console. He'd use that to stream, so that's why he had the software on there. So that makes total sense. Yeah, it is funny though that he has the software on his computer, but
I believe him.
Yeah, I don't think he so he holds the solos versus quads world records of, I think it's 61 kills. And I've watched a lot of that gameplay, and even him during, like, he admits that was an awful lobby. He was like, holy shit, these guys are horrible. He's like, what are these guys doing? Like, you're watching him kill these guys, and he's like, bro, what is this lobby? These people are so bad. He got gifted a super easy lobby. People also have claimed he uses a VPN. Like, after every 5 kills, or after every just dog shit person he'd come across, he's like, guys, I swear I'm not VPNing. and he would show his location in game, because it like tells you what server you're connected to or whatever region you're in when you go to like account. He was like, guys, I swear I'm not VPNing. This is just a really bad lobby. So yeah, that all makes total sense, because you look at, if you watch Bad Boy's video, his desktop, every single space for an icon has an icon there on his desktop. There's so much shit on it. That's even what Mutex said. He's like, dude, this is just my shitty streaming PC that I need a new one. He's like, he said, it's a mess. Like, look at my desktop. I have things all over. I've just like never uninstalled programs ever. So that makes sense. There was a bunch of also, because obviously that means he used to play pro CDL. There were also a lot of other pro, or like current CDL players. They were like, dude, yeah, vouch, he doesn't cheat. Like, everything he's saying is true about like the Cronus software and everything. But it's just crazy that Bad Boy Beeman, like, I want to know what that guy's KD is. Does anyone in chat know Bad Boy Beeman's KD? Because if it's like around 1.0, that makes sense. But if this guy is like a 3.0 KD thinking everyone cheats, holy fucking cringe.
He must be like average. Yeah,
he must be like an average player and doesn't think anyone can be that good. But yeah, even go to Bad Boy Beeman's videos, read all of his comments. They're all just like him. They're like, you like finally got him. Like, can't wait to see how they defend him this time. Yeah, it's so funny. So much resentment. These people are in their own fucking world.
Yeah, and Mutex too. I don't watch his streams, but I mean, he seems like a cool guy, I guess. I don't know anything about him really, other than that he's like super good. But I got the impression that he's like a pretty cool dude from that Twitter video. But anyways, on his streams, I have seen he goes to the most extreme lengths to prove he is not cheating all the time, because he gets accused of cheating so fucking often because he's so good. He has a camera on his controller at all times. He has a camera on his monitor at all times. He has his own monitor capture like a normal stream at all times. And he has a face cam at all times. That's 4 fucking windows that are constantly open at all times. So it's like, I mean, what else does this guy have to do? And then he also like checks his VPN. He goes to the menu and checks what server he's connected to as well. Dude, I don't think he cheats. Now, maybe he does, but I doubt it. And I think his explanation makes sense. And the fact that other pros were like, yeah, this story checks out with the Cronus thing or whatever. Because if the Cronus does have bad input lag, you're a pro. You need to like practice with that.
Yeah, that's not something an average person would notice, the input lag difference, but pros do. They notice all that shit. They notice, remember in Modern Warfare, right before the majors for the video game, they changed something with like the collapsible stock on the MP5 in Modern Warfare. And it made the slightest visual change when you ADS. And the pros were fucking molding. They're like, they made this change a week before the grand finals. No average person is going to even realize that. But these pros were like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this completely changes like how we see the recoil pattern, all of that stuff. So any little change they notice right away because they play the game 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty funny though. But I don't know. I believe him. I think a lot of I know a lot of fucking Warzone players cheat. Trust me. I know. But a lot like the very big pros, most of them probably don't cheat because they have so much to lose.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Can you imagine if Mutex was like his cheats were showing on his monitor on accident, where you see the red boxes and shit? Done.
He'd be canceled.
He's done forever.
Yeah.
He's just done forever. You think they're going to risk that? How good is Mutex's life right now? How much money does that kid make?
A lot.
You think he's going to throw
more than
that
anyone
all
listening,
away
probably.
To get, like more kills or whatever? Like, I don't know. I think if someone is a rising star and they're very good, you should be skeptical of that. Because it does make sense for me for someone to cheat to get to the top and make a bunch of money. I could totally see the motivation for that. And they don't have much to lose at that point.
Yeah.
Like that pace setter guy.
And Metzi was the other one, I think. Metzi was the one who they went through his task manager or something, or going through his files. People like that, I can understand people thinking that, because it's like, this person's up and coming. You know, he gets 20 viewers on Twitch for how good he is. That's a little sus. You know, it's like, how is somebody so good and not pulling viewers? Things like that. But yeah, it's like, once you're set, a Twitch partner, Mutex, why would this guy cheat? He gets caught one time, that guy's banned from Twitch. He won't be streaming on YouTube. He'll be canceled. He'll be gone from the community. He'll be working a regular job. You think he wants to do that? Of course not. Fucking course not. Bad Boy Beeman doesn't want to do that either. That's why he makes all these dog shit videos that people like and watch, and he makes a living off of it on YouTube. Falsifying all this shit, saying that all these pros are cheating, when in reality, he's just really, really bad and can't comprehend how somebody could be that much better than him.
Yeah, and on that point, by the way, again, Tanner and I know nothing about this guy. I've never watched one of his videos. Perhaps I should. Maybe he makes good points. I kind of doubt it though.
He makes good points if you don't think using your brain, or you look at it from the other side. If you just watch his videos, it's like being brainwashed. Like, oh shit, you're right, dude. There's like, he has Cronus software on his computer. That's it. And these kids aren't going to go to Mutex's Twitter and watch his videos, of course. You know?
Yeah. So I will add though, that when I was first playing BO4, I remember we have a YouTube video up, the trial of G6 Arkham Knight. He was convicted, of course, in the court of law, the court of Black Ops law, the court of Blops law, of cheating. I remember having this point where at that time I was very new to FPS games on PC, and I had just started watching like Syrian and Nate Gibson stream. And I said to Tanner, and I was like more skeptical than Tanner was of this kid in our lobby. And it's again a YouTube video. Check it out, Dropshot podcast. And I was like, dude, I don't like, this guy does look sus, but also if I died to Syrian in BO4 and I didn't know who he was, again at that time I was saying this, I would 100% think Syrian's cheating, but he's not. So Bad Boy Beeman's probably in that boat where he's just, these people are so much better than he is. Again, probably, I don't know. Maybe he's really good. Doubt it. These people are so much better than him that he literally doesn't understand that it's possible. He like doesn't think it's actually possible. That was me before I watched Syrian stream. If I had seen that kill cam, I would have been like, that's not even possible to do. Report. But then I watched his stream a lot. I see him miss shots. I see him die by surprise. I watch all kinds of shit. I see him pre-aiming every single corner and all the million signs of someone who's not cheating. And then I was like, oh, okay. Well, he isn't cheating. I guess he's just fucking insane. I didn't know it was possible to be this good. It's probably what this dude is in. That coupled with lots of resentment. He's mad that this kid makes fucking millions of dollars a month. He's mad that he's better than him at Call of Duty. and gets more attention, and people love him, and everyone fucking hates him, and I'm gonna show them. That's the impression I get. Again, I don't know anything about this kid, but or guy, whatever. By the way, how old is he? Because I've seen him.
He's an adult. I think he's older than us.
He's fucking. Imagine being a 35-year-old man and exposing 22-year-olds on fucking Twitter.
Yep.
For cheating in a video game.
Yep.
Grow up, bud. Be older. Right?
Well, yeah.
Just a fucking weird way to make your living, man. But anyway. Even if he is cheating, I think it's a fucking weird. The instinct to want to expose cheaters, very weird to me.
Yeah.
At least not without like concrete evidence. Like if someone who doesn't do that content all the time makes a video exposing a cheater, like let's say Swag is like, dude, listen, I was playing against this guy who's well known and I really think he's cheating. That's not all Swag's content. So if he did a video like that, like, okay, fine. But to make your whole fucking channel about it, I find it very weird. I don't know. So.
Yeah.
Well, PR, don't expose 22-year-olds for cheating and make a career out of it, and I won't roast you. There's nothing wrong with being 35. I hope to be 35 one day.
Stop call him Acro, not PR.
Well, change your name then. Acro. Make it Acro if you want me to call you fucking Acro. Not PR Wars _ Acro. Of course, change it.
Sure.
But anyways, I don't know. That's my take.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's it, boys and girls. Those are some fun little topics. It's almost more fun, actually, when there's no Warzone updates and we can talk about other stuff about Call of Duty, but not directly Warzone.
I agree, actually. Fixing for, yeah, I agree. This is a very fun episode, but that's it. That's going to wrap this bitch up, boys and girls. Again, real slow week. Something is brewing at Activision. Something's afoot. Something is afoul.
The Brewers.
And hopefully we'll see next week. Expect the Wednesday episode to be way more information dense. We're going to be expecting or have already gotten by then Season 4 Reloaded, which is going to be a lot of new shit. Even if it's not new shit we necessarily want, we'll get into it. So be here next week, and also be here Saturday. We're going to announce some new tournament details. We're going to have L2K Miller drinking water 20K greatness on to talk about K-Bam versus Controller and his experience with that. He's very good. This is going to be a lot of fun. Friend of mine, friend of ours. So be here for that Saturday. And also for the patrons, new episode launches, hits your dumb ears tomorrow morning. It's a very good episode, very off the rails. Tanner and I enjoyed it a lot. And if you wanted to support the program, maybe listen to listen to 5 bonus episodes per month. And the entire back catalog is up there, by the way. There's probably 70 hours of bonus episode content waiting for your dumb ears. Patreon.com/thedropshot. $5 for 4 bonus eps a month. And you can do higher tiers for more items. We do weekly hangouts for all of our patrons, even at the $5 tier. We do Warzone tournament events or other tournament events. All at the gold tier, you can get into those. There's a lot of good shit, so check it out. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Thedropshot.com is where you can find links to the Patreon, the Discord, join the fucking Discord, of course, the YouTube, where we post the video versions of the program, the TikTok, where we're posting a clip basically every fucking day of fire gameplay and podcast moments. Hash has been doing an exceptional job on those, genuinely making me laugh with some of them, with some nice meme editing and all that good stuff. So check us out there, thedropshot.com. And that is it, boys and girls. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, stay humble. F's in the chat for Tanner's grandma.
Stay humble. Rip Grammy. A year to 2021. I don't know what that year is. Not sure. Some year, though. Long time ago. See ya.